I just bought a brand new PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch 2, and we're gonna be seeing which one is actually better for the price. Alright guys, and right here we have the PlayStation 5 console, guys, and as you guys can see, this console itself looks pretty nice. Both of these consoles cost around $450 to $500, which is honestly pretty solid. But as you guys can see, the whole design of both consoles look pretty different. This is a lot smaller, which makes it a lot more portable, and that's one of the main reasons why people get Switch and the Switch 2 is for the portability you guys have with it. And with the PlayStation 5 right here, it's a lot bigger and a lot heavier as well, but the whole design of the PlayStation just looks pretty clean as well. You do have the PlayStation logo right over here, and for the Switch, you do have the Nintendo Switch 2 logo at the back right over here as well. So overall, the consoles itself look pretty clean. And you do have a lot of vents on the PlayStation for cooling, and for the Nintendo Switch 2, you actually do have vents around the display itself, which is honestly pretty nice. It's really cool that you actually have like a pre-built display for the Switch 2. I think that's honestly really nice. But yeah, this is what the controllers look like side by side. And yeah, you guys can let me know which one you guys like better. But one thing I noticed while doing like the last two videos with the Switch 2 is that the Joy-Cons itself feel very responsive as well. They fit in the hands a lot bigger since the Joy-Cons itself are a lot better as well. And yeah, the screen itself is really nice. It can capture 1080p at 120 FPS, which is really solid, and just colors and everything look amazing on this display. But yeah, really quick, let me tell you about the specs for the console. So for the PlayStation, you actually have an AMD Zen 2 CPU chip with 8 cores and 16 threads. You also have 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the GPU is actually the AMD RDNA 2, which is fairly similar to the RTX 3060 Ti, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, moving on to the specs for the Nintendo Switch 2. So for the CPU and GPU, you actually have a custom NVIDIA CPU and GPU, which is pretty crazy, and you also have 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which is pretty decent. But yeah, either way, you guys can't go wrong with either console. They both cost around the same price, and if you guys like the Mario and Zelda type of games, I'll probably go for the Switch 2. But if you guys like the PlayStation exclusive games, I'll probably go for the PlayStation. But either way, both of these consoles are super powerful, and you guys can't go wrong with either. And yeah guys, like I mentioned before, this console on the screen, you can go up to 1080p at 120 FPS, but if you guys hook this up to a 4K monitor or 4K TV, it can actually go up to 4K at 60 FPS, which is pretty solid. And on the PlayStation, I'm pretty sure you can go up to 4K at 60 FPS, or you can go up to 1080p and 1440p at 120 FPS. So overall, these consoles are super powerful. And the monitor I'll be using is from Pixio, guys. This is a 24-inch, captures in 1080p, and also has 165 Hz. It will pair perfectly with both the PlayStation and the Switch 2. So overall, it's going to be super interesting to see which one is actually better. Alright guys, so we will be hopping on the Nintendo Switch 2 first, but let me show you guys really quick. So if we head over to system settings and we head down to display, you guys can see that we do have the 120 Hz output turned on, which is supported for 1080p and 1440p. This right here is a 1080p monitor, so we are getting 120 Hz, which is pretty solid. Alright guys, so we just loaded into Verimax's 1v1 practice map right here, guys. And if you guys can see, the colors and everything look super nice. I know this monitor isn't like the best for this test because the colors look very saturated on this monitor, but regardless, this is pretty nice, guys. I can see like the details and everything look very clear, which is awesome. But yeah guys, we are getting anywhere from 60 to 120 FPS, and as you guys can see, I'm actually kind of building a bit. It feels like very smooth, guys, as you guys can see. And yeah, we are playing with like no stutters or lags, which is absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's actually take this into a real match to see how it actually performs. Alright guys, and we just loaded into the island right here, and I'm honestly super shocked on how well the colors look like on this console, guys. I think it's starting to look like a lot better now than it did in creative. I'm not sure if it's because there's like more colors on the island, but as you guys can see, it looks like super nice. Everything feels like very smooth as well. Ooh, okay, there we go. We got someone right there. Nice. Two guys right here. Beam the first one. Come on. There we go. We got this guy right here. Nice. There we go. Got that guy with the shotgun. Got that guy right there. Good stuff. Got this guy. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. There we go. This guy was one shot. Nice. Ooh, okay. We just got him 2 times with the combat shotgun. 48. Oh my gosh, I just got beamed right there. Ooh, okay, we beamed that guy. Nice. Ooh, okay, we got this guy. Ooh, that was a real player right there. GG's, bro. That guy was a real player. Oh my gosh. I got hard pushed, guys. My aim is so garbage, but you know, regardless, we did pretty solid, guys. We got 11 kills. We did kill some real players there. Alright guys, so the Switch 2 actually performed pretty well, but yeah, let's actually switch over to the PlayStation now. Alright guys, so we just switched over to the PlayStation right here, guys, and if you guys actually go into the settings and you guys head down to screen and video, you guys can see that the resolution is 1080p and we do have the 120 Hz output, which is honestly pretty nice. But yeah, let's actually hop into Vermax's 1v1 practice map. Alright guys, so we just loaded into Vermax's 1v1 practice map right here, guys. And if you guys can see at the very top right here, we are getting like a very stable 120 FPS, which is pretty solid, guys. Like everything feels like very smooth. I will be playing directly on the controller today so that we can have like a fair comparison. But yeah, as you guys can see, we are kind of cranking 90s right here. I can sense like it's a lot easier to build on PlayStation than it is on Nintendo Switch 2. And just like the colors and everything look like super nice, guys. As you guys can see, everything feels like very smooth. Colors on the PlayStation 5 just look like absolutely amazing. But yeah, as you guys can see, I sense like no input delay because I am playing on controller. Alright though guys, but yeah, let's actually take this into a real match to see how it actually performs. Alright guys, so we just loaded into the island right here, guys. And if you guys can see at the very top, we are still getting a pretty stable 120 FPS, which is pretty solid, guys. And yeah, just like graphically, guys, the game on PlayStation looks like absolutely amazing. Okay, that guy is 100% a ball right there. Beam this guy. Okay, we got this guy right here. Ooh, okay, we beamed this guy right here. I'm pretty sure that was a real person right there as well. Beam this guy. Ooh, wait. I didn't get that kill? No. Bro, this guy stole my kill right here. Alright, well, I'll get you right here. Yo, we should have had 5 kills right there. No, man. Oh, okay, we beamed this guy. That guy was a real player by his movement right there. Ooh, okay, there we go. Beamed. Okay, good stuff. Alright, GG's. I threw that. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm telling you guys, my aim is so garbage, but apparently I can kind of build on controller, which is kind of weird. But yeah, we did pretty solid that match. You know, I'll take it. We had 7 kills, which is pretty decent. And yeah, overall the performance on both the PlayStation and the Switch 2 were actually pretty good. You guys can probably let me know which one you guys would prefer. But yeah, let's actually head back to the lobby. And that right there will conclude the video here for today. If you guys did enjoy, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notification bell. Also remember to join on my Discord server for the amazing community that I have over there, guys. Let me know what you guys thought of this video and which one you guys thought was the better, the PS5 or the Nintendo Switch 2. I think for BR games and shooter games, I'll probably go for the PS5. But if you guys like those Mario type of games, I'll probably go for the Switch 2. You honestly can't go wrong with either console. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.